Hey, so quick story. We've been dealing with the whole lockdown and things are starting to get back to normal a little bit. We have social distancing and people wearing masks. Obviously, counseling and therapy there's been a big boom in that whole industry lately. Therapy and travel and counseling and things like that, image consulting for the most part. People have been dealing with a lot, not just children themselves and dealing with the things that kids have to go through, but the adults as well, and the elders and the leaders. They also have things that they are going through as well. I've been going through my whole spiritual expansion, and my world has expanded. I don't watch TV as much. I own a TV, but I don't watch, network television as much. I have access to the internet, my laptops and my cell phones. So every now and then, I'm on YouTube quite often. I don't really subscribe to Netflix and Hulu and things like that. I'm more of a mindset where I know how to find free entertainment online, different websites where I can go to and watch the same shows, the same movies. um, but people are dealing with things, myself, I'm always out walking to relieve stress and out in nature, absorbing sun, talking in trees and whatnot, running barefoot through the park, and then people would think that's weird, but that's my own personal expression and ways of help freeing my mind and dealing with things. Just like the ancients did, it's a natural form of therapy. Before there was toothpaste and toothbrushes, they used to chew on mint twigs and mint leaves and things like that. So we have to use our surroundings. You know, the old saying, "Stop and smell the roses." Take a walk on the beach and feel the waves and things like that. When I'm sitting in front of a lake with my children, I'm taking a time out to just take in everything. Take a deep breath. Take a look at the water. Sometimes it can be so still that it almost looks like a mirror. You can actually see the sun reflecting off of the water, and that can indeed be interpreted as the sun walking on water or Jesus walking on water. But we don't really have chances to, contemplate these parables and these things that we often think about. You know, I try not to attack people. I have a certain psychic energy where I'm able to feel certain people or feel people's personalities out or feel different emotions from other people based on their body language and things like that. I'm very empathic. And the way I deal with things and the way I had to deal with myself is I had to take the blinders off and show myself what the world is really about. So again, I'm not into sugarcoating things. Two of the greatest teachers in my life have always been pain and embarrassment. If that's a tool that I have sharpened in my toolbox over time, I don't have a problem using it, pointing out flaws and things like that. Of course, I have my own flaws. I am not perfect. Lawyers, we do not like lawyers pretty much. Most of them are liars. Lawyers, liars. We all remember the movies The Devil's Advocate. Even hell, even heaven has the high holy council screaming holy, holy, holy. A bunch of lawyers that shouldn't be really trying to govern you, because God is the ultimate governor. He's the one that created everything, whether your perception of it is good or bad or chaos. They're put on this planet or put on this realm or on this dimension for a reason. Come across celebrities and things like that have to deal with entanglements and these cheating scandals and deal with their children growing up and things like that, or even just themselves going through midlife crisis. Whatever age you're at, you can be 40 or you can be 50, 60 years old. It doesn't matter. As a father, I raised my children from day one. Having the thought or the frame of mind that I want my children to be intelligent and find their way in this world, if it's with my help or without my help. So we often spend many hours watching different shows. My kids really love Mother Goose Club, so I took a look into the characters. The teddy bear, right? On Instagram, she has an account. And for whatever reason, just like everyone dealing with things, she had a few videos up of her, explaining her situation, how she's been going through or dealing with, what everyone's been dealing with. And some of these things are magnified based on your celebrity or your overall, if you're a mother, you have to deal with so much. Or if you're a father, you have to deal with so much. Again, I have to say men have to deal with a lot, and that's why they often end up dying early, because they have to deal with so much physically, mentally, emotionally. But yeah, she was crying as she was delivering her testimony. This is how truth to power it was at the time. And I watched Mother Goose Club so much over the past 5 years that one of the songs came to mind. She plays the bear character. One of my favorite songs. I play it for my children, but one of my favorite songs is the bear song where the bear goes over the mountain to see all that he could see, or he goes over the river to see all that he could see. Each character has their own little song or their own little style of flavor. Watching these little kid programming shows. I used to watch Barney, so watching Mother Goose Club with my kids isn't too far fetched. Sometimes kids can teach us adults things, but I can't remember what her name is, because I'm not a stalker or anything like that. I watch her. You have your information out there for a reason. You're a celebrity, or you're a regular person, or it's social media. So I watched a video of her crying and tears coming down her eyes, and I would think like the most happiest character and the most mature character on the show in real life is having a hard time or difficulty going through the things and the changes that the whole world is going through right now. And she actually responded to my comment. I pasted the song or lyrics from the song to help remind her that she indeed played this character, and she's been an inspiration to me and my children. So whatever hurdle she's going through, remember that the bear went over the mountain to see everything that she could see, or everything that he could see, and she responded to it. It's not often that we get stars or celebrities that respond to us. And she was like, "Well, you must have children." I was like, "How do you know?" Can I be a grown man that just likes watching Mother Goose Club? I still remember the old nursery rhymes that I grew up on, remember? And those were some songs that had some deep, dark meanings in them. London Bridge is falling down, and Duck, Duck, Goose, and all those things. And yeah, man. Again, even Charlotte's Web, a simple garden spider or barn spider turned a pig into a god. If any of you younger folks out there haven't seen Charlotte's Web, I'm pretty sure they'll probably remake that movie at some point in the future. I think they already did. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Everyone has a different perspective or a higher awareness or a view of what's going on with people. We all have our social media accounts, and people draw conclusions and their own stories from what we put out there. I have my vulnerable moments as well, just like everyone else. And it's really just a part of life, man. You take that time to give that word of encouragement to those that encouraged us, and it's reciprocity. We just keep going, and we keep bettering ourselves. We keep dealing with these issues and these problems that are thrown at us on a daily, a weekly, a monthly, a yearly. And we have to make sure that we learn from these repetitive cycles. And that's how we move forward. That's how we become more abundant. That's how we realize our greatness. And yeah, man, be safe. Hopefully you're currently enjoying your time here on the earth plane. And that's it for me. Be safe.